Addie Vela. Welcome to Unscripted.
Thanks.
Thank you
Happy
for
to be
being here. You drove like almost 45 minutes to be here, and I'm just very, very thankful for that.
I'm excited to be here. I wouldn't miss it.
Yeah, this is your first podcast.
I've done a couple, but honestly, I need to be better about like putting them out.
No, you're doing great. Addie is a baddie. It actually
love
rhymes
that.
because that's literally you. Now, for people tuning in, can you share what you do for a living and why you're in Austin?
Yeah, so I'm a personal trainer for a living right now. I'm also getting my master's to become a clinical mental health counselor, so be a therapist. And my goal is to combine personal training with mental health counseling into an integrated approach. And why I'm in Austin, I went to school at UT. Yeah.
Really? So did Shay. I feel like everyone I know went to UT.
Yeah, I transferred in. It was a little bit of a culture shock coming from Wisconsin. But man, I would never leave Austin. I love it here.
I love it here too. It's been
It's been a good spring too.
yeah, it's been the perfect spring.
Spring.
Like I tell everyone who wants to visit Austin, if you're coming, please come in April
Yeah.
or May because it's not 90 degrees or 100 degrees where you feel like your skin is burning off of
You can
you.
actually enjoy it.
Yeah. What was the culture shock from Wisconsin to here?
Honestly, I feel like it was the way that people dressed and like the way that they related to each other at UT. I walked onto campus and it's like big sorority culture. And I came from Wisconsin, like it wasn't that big of a sorority culture. Like sororities and fraternities are huge in the South.
Yeah.
And like you almost have to be a part of something to feel like you're a part of the community.
Were you?
I was a little bit of a nerd. I was like a part of a research group. I did growth mindset research. So I studied academic achievement and motivation. Like if you give a teenager a growth mindset intervention, you tell them that their brain is like a muscle
Yeah.
and that they can strengthen that muscle just like their actual muscles by effort. And so you give that to students who are like first generation college students or minority students in high school, and it helps them achieve more and persist longer in school. So I was really into research, and I also worked a lot. I worked at a gym, so I was very involved in like the fitness scene, but not super integrated in my college experience. Yeah.
So how did you get into training and coaching?
I started working at UT's athletic center, and I worked there for a little bit, and then I started working at Pure Austin Fitness, which was like an OG.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh man, it was great. It was like one of the first kind of like boutique style Austin gyms. There was one downtown above Office Max where the Lifetime is now.
Okay.
And it was just a really tight-knit community. Like everyone that I know here, I met from the gym. Like I feel like I know half the population in Austin just from like being in the fitness scene for
Honestly, the gym community is pretty badass because you
so
don't
fun.
realize how many cool people you meet. I mean, I met you in a gym.
so long. Yeah. So I met my husband in a gym.
Oh, what?
I met my husband at Pure Austin Fitness.
No
He was a
way.
member there and
I love that.
flirted at the counter, invited him to a yoga class. So you can meet your spouse at a gym,
Yes, you can.
but don't be creepy and hit on girls. Yes.
Yes.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Just had to
please.
preface that. Don't take that as permission.
let's bring that back in there too. Her husband wasn't creepy.
No, I think I pursued, actually. I pursued.
I prefer women, not that me. I was going into a gym and Shay and I met way outside of a gym. But I think women going up to men versus men going up to women in the gym, I feel like it's so much more comfortable for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, you'll get the sign if someone's interested in you.
Yeah, for real.
But, you know, when you're at the gym and you're a girl and you're working out, like, I'm a mom, I'm efficient. Like, I'm
Yeah.
coming in and out to
Yeah.
do my workout. If a guy walks up to me and does, like, the earphone pull off
That shit's so
and, like, wants me to pull off my earphone and then, like, I get locked in a conversation with someone and then it ends with, hey, and are you married? I'm like, yeah. Leave me alone.
And then they're like, "Ugh, I wasted my time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
You wasted my time.
Exactly. I got to go see my kid right now.
Yeah.
So you were talking about how you integrate training and mental health. How do you do that? That is so, so, so important to me as well.
Yeah. So there's a number of different ways. The biggest one is like when you go to therapy, the number one predictor of whether or not that therapy is going to be effective for you isn't the modality that the counselor is using. It's not the interventions. It's not like the therapeutic, theory that they're orienting with. It's the alliance that you have with the therapist. So how comfortable do you feel with them? How much do you trust them? How safe do you feel with them? Does your nervous system soothe when you're around that person? So being able to establish really good rapport with my clients, build their trust in me, I think just differentiates as a coach, right? Having a coach that you trust and that you are able to be vulnerable with and like share your fears. Like if I don't know what my client is fearing, I can't help them, right? Like it's important to address some of the fears around like gaining weight or fear around lifting something heavy, right? Like there's so many fears, especially that women have around strength training. And then also when we look at like behavior change, it's one thing to say like, I want to get stronger. And it's another thing to actually implement the behaviors in your life to do that or to change your diet, right? Like a lot of those things are automated and maybe we're unconsciously doing them. And so it's really important to help people figure out like, okay, what are some behavioral strategies that I can do to change these behaviors or mindsets in my life?
I love that. And you do that with the training session?
In a training session.
That's insane.
And eventually,
because I cannot imagine doing therapy and also working out at the same time.
Yeah.
I would be lost in my therapy
right
session.
now I'm not a licensed therapist yet. I'm still in school, and so a lot of it you could just call it like lifestyle coaching. Eventually what I'll do is I'll probably have a model where maybe 30 minutes bi-weekly we have a sit down conversation. And it's a place that is outside of the gym. We're not around people. We can have those more vulnerable conversations that we need to have and address it there, but we can integrate it into our sessions, right? Like I just know what my client's going through. Like I can notice when they're getting stressed or when something's tough and like really coach them through how to persist through something.
I love it. You said that women are scared of lifting weights. So what's the biggest misconception women have about strength training?
Man, there's so many. I mean, obviously the biggest one is the fear that like
you're getting bulky.
Yeah, I'm gonna get bulky. Like I'm gonna become I think that if I were to paint the biggest fear that women have, it's if you look at CrossFit female athletes, right? Like the way that their physique develops is really muscular. But those women are consuming so many calories. And I think that one of the biggest parts, I'm also a nutrition coach. I forgot to mention that earlier.
She does everything, basically.
I do a lot. But they're really consuming a lot of calories. And so that fear of like, oh, I'm afraid that if I strength train, I'm going to get really bulky. It's like most women are not even eating close to the amount that they need.
They're probably consuming like 5,000 calories or 4. It has to be.
A lot. I mean, in order to keep up with the amount of volume that they need to and the weight that they need to, then energy, right? Like they need to be eating a lot. To paint a picture for listeners, like I've been actively trying to get too big my whole life. And I still don't think I'm there yet. I mean, I can lift over 350 pounds, right? So like it doesn't necessarily equate how much you're lifting or like the weight that you're lifting with the size of your body.
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you think so many women are afraid of lifting heavy weights besides the bulking part?
Yeah, I think that the biggest one is the bulking part. I think that there's also a fear of getting hurt, right? I think that there's a fear of confronting some limit and potential or being unable to do something. A lot of women are afraid to look like a failure. Failure is a big concept I have to talk about with my clients because
100%.
In strength training, you're going to encounter failure every single day.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, that's a good thing. And that getting back to this whole like growth mindset research that I did earlier in my life, like that was part of the intervention that we gave teenagers is like, if you fail at something, that's a sign that you're learning.
And you're trying.
And that you're confronting where your current limits are and then you're expanding them, right? You're pushing past them. So teaching my clients that failure itself isn't a bad thing. We actually want to find failure in strength training if we want to make progress.
Yeah, that's like going into my next question. Like, what do you think they're overcomplicating when it comes to wellness right now?
Oh, everything. Everything is way overcomplicated. Everything. Like, I really want people to know that everything you're seeing on Instagram, take about like 10%. of that.
Or like 5.
Yeah, 5 probably. More realistically, like focus on the pillars of health, lowering your stress levels,
Yep.
basic nutrition, whole food nutrition, right? We don't even need to get complicated with it. Like just limit processed foods and try to eat real foods, getting good sleep, right? Moving
That's like
your
the
body.
biggest one I feel like people don't realize is sleep.
Sleep, yes. If your sleep hygiene is off, like you're not going to be consolidating memories.
Yeah.
You're not going to have good emotional health because your brain literally cleans itself while you sleep. It's like this little, car wash that it goes through, and you wake up and you feel rejuvenated. If you're waking up and you're feeling groggy every morning, you're having trouble falling asleep, or you're having frequent wake ups throughout the night, like that's generally where I start with people is sleeping. Because if you're not sleeping, it's going to be really hard to make progress. You also burn fat while you sleep.
Yeah. You got to get those 8 hours.
Yeah.
You're building muscle and burning fat.
Yeah.
If you're eating right.
Because you're repairing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where you repair. And the biggest thing when it comes to strength training is like going to the gym isn't enough in and of itself to get the adaptation that you're looking for, right? Like you need to be able to have recovery in order for the adaptation to happen. If you don't have recovery, you're not going to get the adaptation because you're not repairing.
What do you think in the fitness industry, what do you think is so toxic right now?
Oh man, there's so
like
much.
What is your top 2?
I would say GLP-1s is a big one because it's insidious. Nobody knows who's taking it. And so it flies under the radar, and there's no honesty around like how to take these drugs and do it in a way that is healthy and supportive. The other one is just this trend of being skinny and fearing taking up space in the world.
Yes.
Fearing being strong, right? It's like there's so much fear around being too much as a woman or being too masculine, right? We want to be small and thin and long and lean.
And you just see that online everywhere, and you're just like, it kind of messes with your head too when you see it. You're like, oh, I want to look like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I catch myself looking at that too, and I'm like, oh my God, I need to stop.
I need to stop because realistically, I will never look like that.
And my body's different.
In order to look like that, I've tried, right? Like I'm not perfect. I've gone through phases in my life where I struggled with eating disorders, and I struggled with unhealthy habits around wellness trends, skipping meals, all the rest. I was just
going to ask you, what did you have to unlearn?
Yeah, that was one of the biggest ones is that idea of like chasing skinny.
Yeah.
Because you just end up depleted.
Yep.
And when you chase skinny, you're always going to feel like you're low on energy, like you're off and you just don't know why, and you're going to be really unhealthy.
And you're not skinny enough. It's always going to be
when I was at my thinnest, I was never happy.
Yeah.
You think that you're going to be happy when you're skinnier, and then you're never happy with your body.
Yeah, because then you're like hungry all the time, and then you're like, I don't want to eat this because I'm going to get fat.
Because the love that you have for yourself is conditional.
Yep.
I will love myself if I am X weight.
Yep.
I will be happy with who I am when I fit this image of what I think looks good or is acceptable.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, let's play a little game.
Yeah.
Wellness, red flag or green flag.
Okay.
So I'm going to say something, and you can say red flag, green flag. Which I already know half the answers. Only doing cardio.
Big red flag.
Walking every day.
That's a green flag.
Drinking protein coffee.
Can I give that a yellow?
Yeah. The yellow is good. I think it's if you're adding to your protein intake, I feel like, in a day.
I just love my cup of coffee.
I do too.
I don't want anything that's going to ruin that. Yeah. And so that's why I'm just like, just let coffee be coffee. Yeah. I think
protein, everything is
a
trend right now.
Just let a pancake be a pancake. Yeah. We don't need to sprinkle protein to everything.
Yes. Weighing yourself daily.
Red flag. Yeah, no.
Training fasted.
Red flag.
Taking 15 supplements at once.
No. Just no, red flag.
Well, I take 10 vitamins at the same time. Is that the same thing?
Why?
But it's I do my vitamin C, my Nutrafol, pumpkin seed. I just
okay.
For lunch.
For lunch?
No, as in while I'm eating lunch. With lunch.
I think when it comes to supplements, my viewpoint is that you should be trying to get all of those supplements met through your diet, right? All of those needs met through your diet. So like if you want some vitamin C, eat an orange.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's got some fiber in it. And so when it comes to supplements, the supplement market is a multi-billion dollar industry. And they will try to convince you that you need a supplement in order to be well. But really, we just need foundational nutrition. And so I don't think that there's any reason, unless there's a need from blood work, right? Which again, probably can be addressed through dietary intervention. Like I always start with dietary intervention before we look at adding in different supplements.
Yeah, I have to take B12 because that's in red meat and I don't eat red meat. So
See, there you go. Exactly. So that's something you can't get from your diet that you would want to supplement with. Yeah.
I like that. Rest days, obviously, green flag.
Yes, big green flag.
Wellness influencers giving medical advice.
No. No.
No, I don't do that.
No. Like you got to stay within your scope of practice and stay in your lane. And I think fortunately is like we have platforms like social media that give everybody a voice and give everybody a platform, which is great. But unfortunately, the voices that evoke the most fear in people are the ones that people listen to.
This one is controversial, but I hardcore feel red flag towards this. 75 hard.
No, red flag.
I think it's the biggest red flag.
I think it's a red flag. It's not sustainable.
It's not.
And when people do, I mean, I've worked with people all the time and I'll say, what worked for you in the past? And they're like, oh, I did 75 hard, right? I did this thing. And I'm like, okay, then what happened after? I gained all the weight back.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't sustainable.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's like the bodybuilding diet too. Like even they know, like you can get there for competition after competition. You have to go back to your normal diet.
Right. So what's beyond that? So 75 hard, you prove that you can do something for 75 days. And then what happens after that?
Yeah, you're done?
Yeah. No, we got to have something that comes after that. So if for 75 days, you're learning the basics of nutrition and you're practicing good sleep hygiene, like those are good things. But I think that when you try to add too many hard rules at once, it just sets you up for failure.
Yeah. Eating dessert regularly.
I love dessert.
Me too.
Yeah, green flag.
Yeah. Why is that? Why do you think people are so afraid of consuming those extra, I'm putting quotes in the air, calories for dessert?
I don't know. It's a good question. Yeah. I think that there's a lot of, I'll hear people be like, oh, I shouldn't have that, or I can't have that, right? Yeah. Like, oh, no, I can't do that. And I think that maybe that comes down to like feeling worthy in your body, right? Like, what does it mean if I eat this thing? Will I gain weight? What's the fear? I think it's fear,
it's
right?
Fear.
It's fear. When you look at the dessert, there's fear that's associated with gaining weight, and then that's tied back to self-worth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you think undereating actually hurts fat loss and hormones?
Absolutely. That is like, if I were to have like the most important message of this whole thing it's that most women are undereating.
Yep.
And undereating is stalling your progress and it's hurting your hormones.
Yeah. And how is it hurting your hormones? I feel like people need to know this.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you're undereating, your body is essentially just running off of cortisol. And cortisol, it's good in the short term. Cortisol isn't a bad thing. I also want to put a pin in cortisol for a second.
Do you see all these freaking videos
cortisol
about
face, cortisol belly, like all that? I'm sorry, bullshit.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for
bullshit.
Saying that.
You cannot look at someone and be like, oh, they have high cortisol.
Like, how do you know?
Yeah.
They're waking up in the middle of the night.
Waking up in the middle of
your
the
cortisol
night.
level is high.
Yeah. I mean, probably if you're having wake ups in the early morning wake ups, it's probably because your cortisol is rising too early, right? You have a lot of cortisol circulating in your system. But basically what happens, especially for women, is like when we eat food, it sends a signal to our brain that we are safe.
Yeah.
Like the most basic level is telling our body that we are safe. We're not any different than our ancestors.
Yeah.
We have the same bodies. Our bodies operate in the same way. Even though we're in a modern day world, our bodies are still hardwired to find safety and to keep us safe. So when there's not food present, our body thinks that we're unsafe, and so it's going to start producing cortisol. And then cortisol is, ultimately going to suppress other hormones that we need for healthy functioning in our cycle.
And that's why undereating can stress you out too.
Yeah,
right? 'Cause
absolutely.
you're suppressing your diet.
I'm not a happy person to be around when I'm not
Yeah.
eating. I just told one of my clients this, like when I was at my thinnest weight, I was 135 pounds and I was drinking coffee for breakfast,
Oh, no.
skipping breakfast, skipping lunch, and then by 4 o'clock starving and a miserable person to be around. I was working out fasted, and sure, I was really thin, but I was really mentally unwell.
Yeah.
I had really bad anxiety. I wasn't sleeping well. I had an unhealthy relationship with work, really unhealthy relationship with my body. I was weighing myself every day.
Oh, man.
And so when I was my thinnest, I was my most mentally unwell. I'm 24 pounds heavier than what I was at my thinnest weight. And I eat regular meals. I have
You look amazing.
Thank you. I have way more lean muscle than I've ever had. I have super strong bones. Like metabolically, I'm really healthy. My cycle's regulated. My mental health is the best it's ever been. And so if nothing else to eat for hormones, eat for your mental health.
Yeah.
Because when you skip meals, your blood sugar drops. When your blood sugar drops, things like hangry is a real thing.
Oh my God, it is. Trust. You can ask my husband. And that goes on to my next question. How do you think people can build a healthier relationship with food without obsessing over every single bite?
Yeah. So focusing on what food is doing for you,
Yeah.
how that food is going to help you perform in your life. I really focus with my ladies on performance. So what do you need to perform for in your life?
Yeah.
You.
Me?
Yeah.
What do I need to do?
Yeah. What do you need? What do you need to show up to perform for in your life? What do you need to show up and like do? Work out?
Yeah, work out, show up for my family, just, be there for myself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so in order to do that, you need to be fed. You need
Yep.
to be nourished. And so focusing on nourishing your body so that you can show up and do all the things that you need to do in your life. I think that's how people can start to heal their relationship with food and to really focus on, okay, what is this? How is this food going to give me life? How is it going to translate into output in my life to help me be stronger, to help me be faster,
Yep.
to help me be sharper mentally, to help me feel more stable and regulated?
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like you're putting me through a therapy session right now.
I put
Like, wait, me?
I'm not in the therapist chair.
I was like, damn, I had a therapy session last week. No, but this is good because I think that's the biggest thing. We have such a bad inner dialogue when it comes to food, taking in food. We're so hard on ourselves. Like,
Hard on ourselves.
I will catch myself. I ate like half a cookie yesterday. So good. Shay likes to order cookies every single week.
Yeah.
And it's killing me because I love cookies. Like,
Yeah.
I can't say no. So I'm like eating half a cookie and I eat it. I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have eaten that. And then I'm like, why? Why did I say that to myself?
Yeah.
So you got to catch yourself and ask yourself, why are you being so negative?
Yeah.
It's a cookie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chill
like,
out.
Yeah, chill.
Chill out, big dog.
Absolutely. Yeah, like you should be able to enjoy those things in your life. Like there's room for that, right? If you have a good foundation for basic nutrition, right? You understand what it looks like to hit your protein like your protein goal with whole food nutrition. So many people are relying on too many supplements to hit their protein. These healthified foods that say like gluten-free, this free, like they're all packaged. They're not great for you.
Yeah.
They're supplements. They supplement a healthy diet. So you really want to be looking at whole food nutrition first before we're looking at adding in those other things.
Yeah. And I know you talked about this, but how has your own relationship changed with wellness compared to years ago and now?
Oh my gosh, it's like a 360 change. Like I said, I was really chasing skinny and I had my self-worth tied to what my body looked like.
And
I still struggle with that.
Yeah.
I
feel like social media is a big component of that too.
Absolutely, because it promotes this singular body type.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing that I see people struggle with is that like as women, our bodies are made to change.
Yep.
We go through childbearing years. We go through perimenopause and menopause. We don't like to think that will happen to us, but you can't avoid it if you're a woman. You will go through menopause.
And Addie is talking from experience. She is a mom. And her daughter is 4 years old.
Yeah.
So how was that like for you going
It was so healing, honestly.
Yeah, going from being super skinny, then you got pregnant, and then your entire body changed.
Yeah.
How did you?
It was so healing for me because when you're
Was it hard
pregnant,
for you when your body was changing?
absolutely. It is the biggest form of like body dysmorphia that I
Yeah.
can really imagine because you lose control of your body.
Yeah.
And a
I
lot
know
of
my friend told me, like, she's like, your mind can't comprehend with how fast your body is changing. So you're having your mind and your body are fighting each other. And I was like,
absolutely.
I can't even imagine what that feels like.
Yeah, and a lot of us are like stuck in this singular vision of what we think our bodies will be. We think that our bodies will just be static.
Yep.
That we're chasing one way that we think is acceptable to look, and we think that we will forever look that way. But just like there's seasons in the world, there are seasons for our bodies, and especially as women, we go through cycles, right? We go through monthly cycles.
Yep.
We go through, cycles through raising babies and bearing children and all the rest. So when I became pregnant with my daughter, like I said, I was 135 pounds. I gained 55 pounds while I was pregnant, which to some people is like, oh my God, that's so much weight. But for me, I'm like, I had weight to gain at the beginning. And some clients will ask me like, oh, I've put on X amount of weight and I'm currently pregnant. Is that bad? They're worried about the weight that they're gaining when they're
I was
pregnant.
just going to ask you that question. Is that, I don't know what that means. Is it healthy or unhealthy to be a certain way?
It depends on where you started, right? Like for me, I feel like my pregnancy the second time around when I become pregnant again someday, I hope will feel a little bit easier because I'm starting from a place that is so strong and so nourished. When I became pregnant the first time, my body was so depleted.
Yeah.
I wasn't
You're probably so much more tired too.
so tired. Oh my gosh. I swear to God, I slept like 12 hours a day.
Oh my God.
But like after getting over that initial, like, okay, I'm surrendering. I'm not in the driver's seat right now. The baby is.
Yeah.
Like she is in the driver's seat. Her needs are the most important. Like how can I create a home for her for these next 9 months that is nourishing and supportive and gives her everything she needs? And what can I learn from this for my own body? And surrendering that control and realizing that like, oh, this is actually the way it's supposed to be. It really healed my relationship with my body. And then in postpartum, I didn't weigh myself at all for like 2 years.
I love that.
And I just focused on getting really strong, regaining my strength, re-nourishing myself as a mom, pouring into my own cup, and everything else followed.
This is so important. Like I cannot stress how important this conversation is. Oof, this makes me so happy. There's so much conversation, and we were just talking about cycle syncing. What parts do you think are actually helpful online, and what parts are overhyped?
Getting back to like how confusing social media makes everything.
Yes, because I was super confused. I was like,
Yes.
wait, I didn't even know we had the cycle sync. I didn't even know if that was a thing. Like that's insane.
I think as women in the wellness space and fitness in general, we're looking for content that speaks to us because our bodies are unique and they're different. And so when something comes up and it's female focused, we think like, oh, this is the thing that I need.
Yeah.
But it's someone just taking something that's pseudoscience or maybe partially true and then creating a whole new protocol that you have to follow that just further complicates your life.
Yep.
So the approach that I find helpful is I train almost all women, and I'm a woman myself, is learning the skill of autoregulation. So that's just learning like to check in with yourself and to really use your own body, your body's own wisdom as your own guide, right? So if you show up and you're really like, okay, I'm cramping, I've got a headache, but I'm here, you can reduce the intensity of your training. You're still going to show up.
Your weight.
Yeah, you're still going to show up and do what is required of you, right? Like do the moves that you have to do, or you could do something different, right? You could say, I'm here, but instead of doing all 6 exercises that I have programmed today at, let's say, a 5 out of 10 effort and reducing the intensity, instead, I'm only going to do 3 exercises at full intensity.
Yeah.
And so you're going in and you're getting the full benefit of those 3 exercises, but you're cutting yourself a little bit of slack. So there's 2 options. You can either reduce the intensity if you're really having an off day, or you can shorten your workout and go at full intensity, but you do not need to program around your cycle.
Now, on that, I was just going to ask, do you think that people should be like doing, because I saw this whole thing like online, of course, because I was like, why are people talking about it? I didn't even know this was a thing. And then
I'm so curious.
They were like, okay, during your first 7 days, you should do Pilates, walking, mobility, and then the next 7 do a little bit more moderate intensity, then high intensity during ovulation, then slow it down again. And I'm like, is this real?
And no, you're not going to get anywhere with that.
Yeah, because you're not.
You're going to move, which is good.
But you're not. Your body's not going to change.
You're not going
right?
to. Yes, you're not going to adapt. You're not going to change. You're not going to make progress.
Yep.
And so when we look at making progress, and for women, like we've got a lot of demands in our life. Like we're living in a world as women where like we're not just at home anymore and just like living the stay-at-home mom life. Although some women do that, there's also a lot of women who are choosing to do that and also go out and work and live outside of the home as well. And so it's really important that you are fully nourished and fully supported, right? So I think that's all just gets back to like really nourishing your body.
So you can still strength train. Okay, what is your thing on, because this was also floating around, that strength training makes you more bloated? There was a whole thing on this and I was like, shut up. This is not real.
I've never found that to be true. I'm curious what people think about strength training would bloat you. Do you know what they're saying?
They're saying like heavier weights during your period will make you feel more bloated.
Inflamed. Okay.
Yeah, more inflamed because obviously you're already bloated. But I think I don't know if it's connected. What do you think about that?
No.
Yeah, because we're just lifting.
No.
That's what my idea is like.
No. I just want to say like,
she's like, no.
Just no to all of it. Like, I just want to put like a little pan lid on all of it and just be like, no, just snuff out every fire.
Yeah.
Just be like, just strength train.
Stop believing everything you see online.
Like, truly, if people were to strength train 3 times per week, do cardiovascular activity 2 to 3 times per week, you'd be great.
Yeah.
Focus on your diet. Like, really focus on whole food nutrition, sleep well, manage your stress as best you can, get some sunlight, get outside, have good social connections. You're good.
Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah.
Very true. And do you think Pilates arms is a thing or is it strength training that gives you the arms? Because that's another debate going on.
Yeah, I do think that Pilates is a little bit of self-selecting in that women who are already very petite and there's this idea of the Pilates body. Like, I don't think that I will ever have that body type. Like, I come from a soccer background.
Yeah, I'm a little more bigger boned anyway.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's all just, focusing on muscle building, right? You can build a little bit of muscle from Pilates, but ultimately you're going to stall out somewhere and you're not going to gain any more muscle because you're not increasing the demand or challenge over time.
Or the weight.
Yeah, I do think that if we're talking about what women want their upper body to look like, let's say that they want a little bit of muscle, but not too much. You can achieve that through strength training. You don't need to train upper body 3 times a week in order to get there. You don't need to get huge traps and huge shoulders and big biceps, although you can if you want to.
I'm literally trying to get biceps like yours, and you told me I have to do it twice a week, and I'm like telling my trainer twice a week.
More biceps. Yeah. I mean, you can achieve it through strength training. The biggest thing, the fear of bulk, right? Like, I think that when people say, oh, I started strength training, I got bulky. It's because they didn't lose the fat.
Yeah.
So they added muscle while they still kept the same amount of fat, or maybe they added muscle and their appetite increased and they never focused on their diet. So they started gaining a little bit of fat too because they weren't aware of the right macronutrients that they should be eating. And so then people get really scared, women get really scared, and then they pull back the brakes the other way and like, oh, well, I got to do Pilates because I got bulky when I weightlifted. It's like, no, you just quit before you actually went through a fat burning phase where you lost the fat.
Or you didn't count your macros.
Yes. Yeah. And then you saw what was underneath and you really liked it. No one likes to go through the bulk phase.
No one, trust. I've been there many times.
Yeah.
I was there during February, January right now. Now we're in cut season.
Yeah, it's not comfortable, but it is necessary.
It is.
And it's important to allow space for your body to change. And I kind of got back to like what we were talking about earlier is that we have this idea that our body will only look one way. And women get a lot of fear when they notice that their body is changing. And then they end up switching gears before they ever realize the adaptation, before they ever see the gains, before they ever see everything that they're working so hard for because they get scared.
No, you're right. I was like doing a lot of Pilates last year and I thought, oh man, this is great. I look great. But then you hit a plateau with Pilates when you're doing it so much, and I wasn't prioritizing strength training, and then I started adding strength training again, and Pilates like once a week now. Not trying to do. I like the mobility it gives.
Yeah, it's a different
But
form of training.
yeah, now I see in my strength training videos, I could see the muscle underneath my fat. And I'm not saying I'm fat, but she knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You could see the muscle building.
Yeah.
So when you just cut a little bit more, oh my God,
Yes.
it's about to look insane. I am so excited.
Yeah,
to have that
and that normally comes from nutrition.
Yes.
So, and people hate to hear it because that is the part that is hard to change. We don't just eat because we're hungry. Eating is a very social thing. We are, cultural beings and social beings, and food is deeply embedded to how we relate to one another.
Yeah.
Like people go out to eat together. We have holidays we eat. We share meals to connect with people. And so and we travel a lot. We're on the go people. We're not just at home living our life and cooking at home all the time. So that last bit, the fat loss, I would say all nutrition, very little to do with what your training is looking like when it comes to fat loss. It's mostly nutrition.
Yeah.
And if you try to get it through training, you're always going to, if you're focusing on how many calories am I burning, right? You should never be focusing on your calorie burn from
that's what we got a nutritionist 2 years ago, and she said it doesn't matter how much you're burning, you still have to eat the same amount every single day.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, so we can't overeat if we burn this much. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
It is not a thing. I'm telling you that right now. It is not a thing that if you burn 1,000 calories, you can eat those 1,000.
No, it's not a thing.
It's
And
not
you're
a
also
thing.
going to make yourself crazy.
Yes.
And you're robbing the joy of movement, right?
Yes, joy of movement and eating, and oh my God.
Because now you're tying the movement to calorie burn in order to earn food. And that's just a really unhealthy and like toxic cycle to be in as a person and I see a lot of people do that. They're like, oh, I'm going to go for a run so that I can earn this food later.
Yes, the earning mentality is so toxic. I hate when I switched my mindset from earn to like, I need it, like I want it. Such a different flip.
Absolutely.
I hate the earn mindset.
Yeah. And it's also just when you're exercising to burn calories in order to lose weight,
It's insane.
It's always going to be a game of catch up because you're constantly going to be chasing your diet. And if you're burning more calories, your appetite is going to increase. So then you're going to consume more, and then you're going to be spinning your wheels and doing more and pushing harder and burning more calories, and then having your nutrition or your calories that you consume creep up with that, and then wondering why you're not making any progress when you're working out so hard. So it's better for people, if they really want to burn fat, focus on the calories that you're consuming, getting the right macronutrient ratios, and be consistent with your training with good intensity, and that's it.
Yeah, or else you're going to mentally drain yourself, and honestly, it does lead to depression and anxiety. Like,
absolutely.
An intense amount, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just not worth it for me. I'm glad we're talking about this because I be in those cycles, too. I get it. Where I'm chronically online, so I see too much.
And I find myself falling victim to that, too, like all of a sudden seeing that, I got injured recently, and so I stopped training as much. And so then you start obsessing, oh, how is my body changing? I'm pulling back, and how's my body changing impact my worth as a trainer? Because you're in a more visual position. I'm like a walking billboard, right? For like my methodology and what that's going to elicit as a body. And so I think that a lot of women who are trainers don't like to admit that they struggle with those things. But like, of course, I'm a woman, I'm susceptible to society's expectations of how my body should look.
Exactly. And then, so we were talking about nutrition just a few minutes ago, but do you restrict yourself when you're eating out?
So when I eat out, I like to eat out for enjoyment of the food rather than to fill up on the food.
Okay.
So if we're going out to eat, and let's say that I'm in a fat burning phase, I will eat a meal at home first that meets the needs that I have for the day. And then I'll treat eating out like a way to sample all the food, right?
Yeah.
To taste everything
Yeah.
and to eat it. Not always. That's just if I'm in a fat burning phase, because it really can creep up if you eat out a lot and you're in a fat burning phase and you're trying to lose fat and you're eating out all the time. There's just too many things you don't know about how they're preparing your food. And most likely they don't have you and your body composition in mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So if I'm not in a fat burning phase, I'll go out and I'll treat eating out like my meal. But if I am in a fat burning phase, I focus on eating everything that I need at home first and then still enjoy going out to eat, but not using that meal to fill up, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like to sample foods too.
Yeah.
But also then sometimes I'm just like, I'm just going to eat all of this. But also that's where we have a balance, healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, and then be realistic too.
Yeah.
Like if you're truly in a fat burning phase, it should be time bound. So that you know when it starts and when it ends, and then you can align your expectations for how you should behave during that time and what you're going to sacrifice. Because if you are really trying to burn fat, you're going to sacrifice something.
Yeah.
You're going to have to sacrifice some cookies every once in a while. It's just the truth. You can still enjoy like a little bite, but you're not going to eat a whole cookie, right?
So you have a 4-year-old at home. How does that affect your nutrition?
Oh, the hardest.
Is that I just having nieces come and stay with me, I'm like, oh my God, you guys are
Her quesadilla gets me every night. I'm not going to lie. It really does. She loves quesadillas and will make them with chicken and spinach and all eggs and all the rest. But I have found for myself, like when I'm preparing her meal and my meal at the same time, it's at the time of day where I'm ready to eat and my willpower is lower.
Yep.
And so I want to take a bite of her food, or I start snacking on crackers, just these are calories that really don't add much value and they don't align with my goals. It's okay if you want to sample something, but if you're really in a phase where you're focused on fat burning, like those foods I have no business eating those foods. So it is tough. But what I do is try to give myself something to snack on that does meet my needs instead. So maybe I'll make the salad first if I'm making dinner, and then eat the salad while I'm making.
Damn, you're better than me. I'd be like, okay, I'm just going to have your meal.
And sometimes I do that too. But it does catch up with you. The little things that you're not thinking of that you're snacking on.
No, it really does.
It adds up. And even the drinks, like poppy drinks, right? Like, it doesn't seem like 10 grams of carbs is that much, but you have 3 of them and you're getting 30 grams of carbs. Like,
you're putting it in your app. Like, I'm tracking my calories all over again. Oh my God. I was like, oh my God, I was just snagging on random things again. And I was like, okay, we got to lock the fucking, after getting my DEXA scan, I was like, we got to lock in.
Yeah. So have you had a DEXA scan before? Is this your first one?
No, this was my second one. And from the first one to now, it said I lost 6 pounds of muscle. Remember I was telling you about that? And so I feel like since I saw you, it's been like 2-3 weeks. I think I've gained 2 pounds of muscle again. Like,
oh, cool.
Because I've just been on it, getting my protein in.
Yeah. What's cool is that your muscle has memory.
Yes.
So if you had 6 more pounds of muscle before, it'll be really easy for you to gain that muscle again with the right dietary approach and training. Yep.
So I just had to go back to my roots.
It creeps up on you.
It does. And you think you and I were literally talking about this, how we were super strict tracking our stuff. And then you give yourself a mental break.
Yeah.
And then you realize, oh my God, you really don't know how much you're taking in if you're not tracking. And it sucks sometimes.
Yeah. It sucks because you want it's nice to have these phases where we're not focused on that. Yeah. It does take a lot of mental energy to go through a fat loss phase. It takes discipline. It doesn't you don't lose fat by accident.
No.
And you don't gain muscle by accident.
No, it's a lot of discipline.
It's a lot of discipline. It's a lot of effort, persistence, but it's the price that you pay to get to your goal. And then once you're at your goal, you can adjust and move to maintenance phase, right? We're not meant to live in a fat burning phase forever. And that is one of the biggest mistakes that I see that women make is they're constantly trying to keep their calories low to burn fat. It gets back to your question earlier, but that actually ends up hindering their progress because then their training puts them into an even deeper hole. They're even more depleted, and then they're spinning their wheels. They're working out hard. They're not eating very much, and they're not making any progress. And as a coach, that sucks
Yeah.
To see a client invest in training with you and go a year of training together and not make any progress because their dietary approach just doesn't match.
And you can't control what people are doing outside of the training session. You just have to trust that they're doing the work.
Yeah. But those are conversations that I have almost daily with my clients when they walk in. I'm like, what did you eat before you came here?
Yeah.
And then they get scared.
I did not do a good job today. I had a protein bar, and I know you're going to hate me for that. But usually I have a protein oats, like oatmeal and all that. Yeah. But today it's bad.
You do your best, right?
I do my best.
You do your best.
Just trying to get my protein in.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're not paying attention to it, it can creep up.
Yes.
Right. And not even the calories creeping up, but just missing out on the foods that you should be eating, the foods that your body needs in order to maintain muscle, to put on muscle, to burn fat. Without that awareness, it just kind of slips away.
Yeah. Well, let's play another game.
Yeah.
Before we end this conversation, we'll do some hot takes, and it's a myth busting round.
Okay.
Pilates is enough for everyone.
No.
And why do you think it's a hot take?
Because a lot of women need more than Pilates. They need more stress on their system.
Yeah.
They need like a louder stimulus in order for the body to change. Our body, like we talked about earlier, body's not going to just change for no reason.
Yeah.
You have to give a loud stimulus in order to say, hey, do something. Our bodies are adaptable machines, right? We've evolved over millions of years in order to fit our environments. And so our bodies are really resilient. They're really adaptable, but you have to give your body a reason to change. And so you need the stimulus to be loud.
Yep. You need to sweat a ton for a workout to count.
No.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
I know. I used to go to like the Orange Theory classes all the time.
I feel like I was stressing myself out more from doing that.
I know. And most people are.
Yeah.
Because you're going in there, you're working out really, really high intensities, and then you're getting really hungry and like eating
it's
a
the whole
lot.
cycle again. Yeah. Carbs are bad.
Carbs are so good.
They're so good.
I wish that women wouldn't fear carbs so much.
I love carbs.
They're so important for your mental health.
And for fuel, honestly.
For fuel. Like if you want to get more from your training.
Carbs.
Yeah.
We already know this. Women should avoid lifting heavy. That is so not. No. You should
lift heavy. You should. If you've never picked up something heavy, you should probably.
I'd always tell someone when they're thinking of lifting weights, I always say, do you want to be 80 years old and stuck on the toilet? You want to get your bones strong. And that's one thing my DEXA scan told me. My bone density is super high. So
I'm so happy to hear that. That's one of the first things I look at my clients' DEXA scans. It's not their fat. It's not their muscle. It's their bone density, because
it increased from 2 years ago. And I was like,
that's really impressive.
I was like, damn, I lost muscle, but my bone density.
But you got strong bones. Yeah. So if women aren't already thinking about what they want their longevity and training to look like, and not just looking good now at 20, 30, 40 years old, but looking and feeling good when you are 50, 60 years old. What you do right now is an investment in your longevity retirement account for later. So you have this window of opportunity from 20 to 30 years old to lay down new bone mineral. From that point, you're trying to preserve what you have. You can gain a little bit more, but it's really challenging. So adding in jump training, so like plyometrics, 3 times per week, 10 minutes is going to help.
Don't tell Jay that. I'm already doing too much.
Jay, make her jump.
I'm already jumping, freaking running. Oh my God. Rest days make you lazy.
No, you need rest days.
I think that's another thing. I think people think they're like a car, and they just have to keep going. Cars also run out of fuel.
You run out of fuel. And if you go all the time and you don't have the energy to invest in your nutrition, then you're going to burn out.
More workouts equal better results.
No, I'm obsessed with right now. My little nerdy obsession is like, how can I get more with doing as little as possible? What is the minimum effective dose that I need? Because I do a lot, right? I'm a mom, I'm in school, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a coach, all the things. Like, what is the least amount of time I need to spend in the weight room in order to get the maximum result? Do that.
I like that.
Yeah.
When you figure it out, please let me know. You should bounce back quickly after vacations.
I think that getting back to baseline after
Yes.
vacation as quickly as possible is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think that that's
I
a
do
good
like
thing.
that too.
Yeah.
Because you want to get back to your routine.
Not overcompensating.
Yes, not overcompensate.
But getting back to baseline.
Yes.
But then that gets back to the question is, do you even have a baseline?
Yes.
Or is your baseline that you're going on vacation and you're binging and then you're coming back and then you're over restricting and then you're going out on the weekends and you're binging again and, and you're stuck in this cycle of over consuming and under consuming,
You have to fix that baseline first.
You got to find the baseline so that you know what to get back to when you stray too far. And that's not a bad thing, but you need to find the baseline first.
It took me a long time to figure out my baseline. Years, and now I'm at a good one.
That's where most people should start. What's the baseline of basic nutrition? What's my baseline for training?
Yeah.
And then how can I go above this when I need to, and how can I reel it back in?
And always start with your lightweight and then get back to it again. Yep. It's really not that complicated.
I know.
I think we as humans just tend to complicate everything.
Well, we like to think that a more complicated solution is better.
Yeah, it's always the simple basic shit that really works.
It's true.
Our last question before we end. What's one piece of wellness advice you think every woman genuinely needs to hear right now?
I think that every woman needs to hear that they need to work on themselves first and nourishing their bodies first before they focus on changing their bodies, right? Focus on what it feels like, developing a relationship with yourself. Do you know yourself?
Yeah.
Right? Like, do you know what feeling good feels like?
Yeah. What do you like about yourself?
Yeah. What do you value about feeling good? Is it that you have more energy? Is it that you can do more? Is it that you feel more regulated? Is it that your anxiety is less and that your depression is a little bit lower? But really focusing on nourishing yourself well, because when you focus on nourishing yourself, it sends a signal to yourself that you're loved, that you're taken care of, and that you're worthy of taking the time to eat lunch and eat a real meal instead of just blowing through the day, abandoning your needs left and right.
I love that.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add before we end?
Pick up something heavy.
Yes.
Yeah, pick up something heavy. Don't be afraid of carbs. Those are my two biggest things.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much, Addie, for being here and sharing your knowledge.
Me too.
It was so helpful. I mean, for me too. I needed this. It was great.
Happy to do it.
Love you so much.
Yay.